Hello and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
And I am Taya Salam. Many thanks for joining us again.
Taya is not smiling this morning. You know the reason why. The shocks at the Africa Cup of Nations continue. Nigeria is the latest victim after the Carthage Eagles stunned the Super Eagles of Nigeria by a lone goal. So Nigeria joining Ghana and Algeria as a country that have crashed out of the Africa Cup of Nations.
1-0, that's how it ended in favor of the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia, and that's how the cookie crumbled for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. They'll be on their way home anytime soon. Also on the program, still talking the African Cup of Nations, the Stallions of Burkina Faso, they are through to the quarterfinals after defeating Gabon by 7-6 on penalties.
They will be facing Tunisia in that quarterfinals. Also on the program, we'll talk Australian Open. The shocks also continue at the Australian Open, and the latest is Simona Halep. She was defeated by unseeded Alice Corner. She is making her first quarterfinals Grand Slam appearance at 63rd attempt.
Wow, wow, congratulations in order to Alice Cornet following that impressive victory over Simona Halep at the Australian Open. We have details of these and more later on the show, but before then, it's time for the AFCON. You're welcome back to Channel Sports this morning. It's time to talk about the unfortunate incident that happened yesterday between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. It was a last 16 clash between those two countries, and after 90 minutes plus injury time, the Super Eagles are out. It was a 1-0 victory for Tunisia. Onyenwuchi Nwachukwu is right here in the studio. He's not a very happy man as well, too. Together, we're going to be dissecting, trying to make sense of everything that went down yesterday. Good morning, Oye.
Good morning, Tayo. Good morning, Cecilia. I hope you have recovered.
Yeah, we have recovered.
All of those things.
It's the morning after,
right?
We all hoped that the Super Eagles will get the job done. Hope, because it was never going to be a gimme. It's ended up the way it's ended. And anyways, Oye is not alone as well on our show today. We've got two other analysts joining us. Austin Okonapan is going to join us later on. We also have a Tunisian journalist who is obviously very delighted this morning, Cecilia.
Yeah, of course, we'll be having Lofty Wada joining us from Tunis, and of course, Babafemi Raji from Garoua in Cameroon. Good morning, guys, and good to have you join us.
Good morning, and thank you for the invitation. It's a pleasure.
Femi, good morning.
Good morning, Cecilia. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. Yeah, I have to be, because we have to pick up ourselves this morning and try as much as possible to just be happy, because Nigeria is not the only country that are out of the African Nations Cup. Ghana also were the first to leave, and of course, defending champions Algeria are also out. Femi, let me start with you. Now, the Super Eagles are out. What is the mood like for the players right now?
Well, the entire team not happy at all. This wasn't part of the script. The script was to come here to Cameroon and win the AFCON. But it is football, it happens. We've picked up our pieces. We know we have an immediate task right now, which is the World Cup qualifiers. We have to be at the World Cup in Qatar. And the hurdle right before us remains Ghana. So come March, that's exactly some 60 days away from now, or thereabouts. We'll be facing Ghana back-to-back in the playoffs. So that's where we're channeling our energy towards right now. Lessons learned already, and we've moved on.
Yeah, moving on. I know it can be very, very hard and difficult for the players, especially the playing games flying around. What are the Nigerian Football Federation saying? And of course, moving forward, you talked about the fact that the focus will now obviously shift to the game against Ghana for the World Cup qualifiers. What's the Football Federation saying? And of course, some of the players.
Well, I want to thank the Nigeria Football Federation under the leadership of Mustafa Jumob Pinnick. He's been a father to the team. I was on ground to support the team, encourage the team, cheer us up. put us in the right mood. We know it's football, and got us back into the reality that yeah, it's football, and we have to just move on. You win, you lose, you draw. You don't win all. After all, we're the only team that claimed all 9 points in the group stages. So the NFF have been able to talk to everyone, talk to the team, the coach talk to the players, and players talk to themselves. As a family, we win together, we lose together,
Yeah.
we share joy together, we share this kind of moments together. But one thing that keeps us going is we're a family, and we win more than we experience this kind of things. So we're looking forward to the next level. The mood is better now. We just want to thank Nigerians really for the huge support, and we are glad we were able to recreate memories for Nigerians that indeed turned the whole nation into a frenzy. We hope to continue this at the playoffs.
Yeah, hopefully we can continue at the playoffs. When will the Super Eagles leave Garoua, Cameroon? They're leaving today?
Yeah, definitely. You leave a tournament in 24 hours after the latest.
All right.
So we're having a PCR test morning,
Okay.
and after the PCR test, later in the evening, we're off via chartered flight.
All right, Baba Femi Raji, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, you mentioned that we create a lot of memories, and that definitely is going to live in the minds of most Nigerians. Thank you so much.
Very welcome.
Okay.
All right, safe trip to all the team.
Yeah.
Okay, Inuchi, quickly, let me just quickly come to you. Before we go to Lofty Wad, I mean, he's still right there joining us from Tunis. He's a Tunisian journalist. I mean, you heard from what Femi Raji said, win together, lose together, maybe they crack under pressure, but then...
What happened?
It's all over.
Well, this is not the best time to be the media officer of the team because a lot of pressure, backlash, public opinion against the team on social media. Yep. So, I mean, he's going to be on the defensive for quite a while. But the issue, I think I want to take it from when he said, after all, we had 9 points. I think that's a problem. Yeah. The group stage
doesn't count for nothing.
It doesn't count.
Yeah.
You know, if you have followed tournament after tournament, even at the World Cup, teams that eventually won the title don't start well. They could have played maybe 1 or 2 draws, then gradually they get into the tournament. You know, I watched Peter Saitida on Sunrise, and he hit the Bulls' head. He made some points about distractions and all that. You know, sometimes when you say the truth, you are criticized, you are castigated. We don't need all these distractions. We have not won anything, really. No. We are just in the knockout stage, the round of 16. All this promising the players heaven and earth was not necessary. It's distraction. And that is always the reason a lot of people are calling for a foreign coach, because a foreign coach will not allow, if you're not a technical crew member, into the dressing room. You know, so for the game proper, Genen
is a foreign coach, and we saw the same thing we were seeing at the Nations Cup. It was the same. There was no difference.
Cecilia, Genen is not... he has adapted African style. He has been in Africa for a while. He has coached in the Niger Republic. He has been in Tunis, so he has, imbibed our way of life. The game proper, when you look at it, when we played against Egypt, I was at home watching. I saw that Joseph Aribo and Ndidi Wilfred were almost playing so deep. But immediately, I don't know how they did it, immediately Aribo went forward. We got the goal. He created the goal for Kelechi Iheanacho. But yesterday, we saw both of them playing deep. Obviously, we didn't come with a game plan to put the Tunisians under pressure. We were soaking. And everybody saw what happened. They double-marked Moses Simon, our star player in the tournament. Chukwueze did not come to this tournament.
Yeah. Right. Hugo's had no wings in that game.
So, and unfortunately, when Iwobi came on, with the intention of playing through the middle because of his creativity and his close, he likes operating in very tight situation. He got the red card. So,
all right. Not good at all. Yeah. All right, guys. We still have. We're going to go straight to him. As a matter of fact, now, Lotfi Wada is a sports journalist from Tunisia. Wada, what's up? I imagine you're feeling very good this morning, and surely that victory was against all odds, right?
Yeah, thank you very much for the invitation, first of all. And yeah, I feel very happy because it's kind of a miracle that we kicked out Nigeria, considering everything which happened to the team. We were COVID plagued. We didn't even have our coach on the bench, and even some players joined the team in Garwa because we were in Limbe. They joined the team, notably Wahbi Khazri, in the at mid-afternoon, at midday. Sorry. So that's why it makes it even more incredible.
Incredible indeed. 7 players down to COVID-19, no coach as well, and somehow you found a way to score that all-important goal coming from your captain, who on a normal day wouldn't even have started the game, but had to start because of all of the issues you were facing. So now that you are in the quarterfinals, it's Burkina Faso next. What is the target? Surely you're going into that game with a lot of confidence. I imagine a lot of Tunisians are feeling that way.
Yes, I think against Burkina Faso we have some counts to settle, if I can say, because in 2017 they eliminated us in the quarters. In 1998 they also eliminated us, so we have some counters to settle. And now all the players will likely return, notably all those 10 players who were missing. The team will have more rest. As we played on Thursday, and we had to play the round of 16 game on Sunday with all the travel, etc., etc. So I think, the target will be to qualify for the semi-final for the second AFCON in a row, and it would be very sad, if we don't make it. As you beat the arch favorites of the tournament after what they showed during the group stages, and now you have a team which looks beatable and more beatable on the paper than Nigeria. So it would be very sad to be eliminated now, and even more after this epic win yesterday.
Epic. I like that qualifier.
Before I let you go, Wada, quickly, I mean, you mentioned that Super Eagles were huge favourites to win this. But what did the Tunisians, what did they do right to beat the Super Eagles yesterday?
Well, I think we did 2 things very well. I think contrary to Egypt, because you faced Egypt earlier in the tournament, I think we remarked perfectly, and notably the coach, I think he said that in the press conference, he said that we doubled market Nigerian wingers all around the game, and I think it was visible. Sometimes Moses Simon and even the other player who was playing on the wing, they were outnumbered by 3 or 4 Tunisian players every time. Our wingers were helping the fullbacks. So I think, yes, it helped massively. And secondly, I think the second thing which helped us massively to win this game was the fact that the pace was slow, and it was in our favor. I think I said that on radio. I said that the fact that the pace will be slow, or we would make the pace slow, would be much in our favor, because our players are not very fast, and we would have suffered badly. And I think you saw that when we, in the last 15 minutes, when we were less compact, you saw that we lost, we suffered terribly, and I think you had chances. So that's the 2 things I think which won us the game against Nigeria yesterday.
All right, all the best when you face Burkina Faso, and hopefully, since you beat the favorites for the trophy, maybe Tunisia will have opportunity to win at the Africa Cup of Nations.
Yeah, it would be formidable, because I think every time we beat Nigeria, I think it was the case in 2004, we go far in the tournament. So let's hope we repeat the feat, inshallah, in Cameroon. Yeah.
All right, Lofty Wada, thank you so much for joining us this
pleasure
morning.
is mine. The pleasure is mine.
Cheers.
All right,
guys. That's it. We're going to come back to you now, but that's gonna be after we get the thoughts of Augustin Egwavoin, reflecting on Nigeria's outstar from the AFCON.
Slight mistake from one of our best players. The timing was wrong. That was the only chance they had, and then they took advantage of it. But the most painful thing is that we get opportunities to break away, and then, advantage is always being called back. That is not fair. Again, this is a knockout stage, and everybody's trying to play safe as well. If you can see, the Tunisians were just playing for time, as far as I'm concerned, and then see if they can get something out. And then beginning of the second half, they got it, and they all went back. So it is something that we can improve on. It's something we can improve on. Now, there is no second chance to come back to African Cup of these Nations in this game. But going forward, those are things. That's why when things happen, you take tips and review and then try to improve.
It's all about trying to improve for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, especially with the Black Stars of Ghana on the horizon. That's for the World Cup playoffs. Oh, yeah, you've listened to the coach. I think it's well documented by this stage that Nigeria had no business losing to that Tunisia side. And perhaps there's complacency. You've talked about distractions as well, too. Then it's talked about gamesmanship as well, too, coming from the Tunisians. But that's expected from them. You've covered them on the continent a lot, and you know how they operate.
Celia, I think when we talk about the drawing board, we have said it over and over again. Whether we've been able to learn from past mistakes is questionable. But when you look at the Tunisians, you look at the structure of their country, how they play. They have very good clubs. Esperance of Tunisia, Etoile de Sahel, Club Africain.
Yeah.
So coaching them is very easy. The mentality is right. They know what to do. They know how to mark. Look at that game critically. In the second half, there was only one free kick against them when Sadiq Umar was brought down. That shows you how disciplined, professional these players are, and very mature. That's what you need at this stage. You don't need to win your group stage 9 points and come into the distance thinking that it's going to be a stroll in the park. So my worry is that now that we are out, we will be inundated with going back to the drawing board, doing the right thing. Are we going to learn? The same thing happened in France '98. We qualified for the second round. We are already thinking about Brazil instead of facing Denmark.
Yeah.
The same thing happened now. A lot of people, even Nigerians, were already tipping the Super Eagles as favorites.
Got carried away, right? Yeah.
Got carried away. In fact, immediately the World Cup qualifying, a playoff draw was done. Last weekend, people were already rejoicing. I said, no. Let us look at the history between these countries. The Black Stars, they are difficult teams. Tunisia, they are very difficult. They are disciplines. Don't look at their performance at the group stage. It could be a decoy. They are very, very disciplined, organized. And these are the things they teach them at the club level before. Tunisians, very few of them go to Europe. So they bond as a unit, they play as a team, and it's very difficult. Against Egypt, we are looking for Salah. So, the Egyptians build their team around Salah. But these Tunisians, they play as a unit. You don't see any superstars. Like Lofty said, the wingers, we are helping the fullbacks to double mark our wingers. So he needs a lot of stamina, fitness, and mental toughness.
For you to do
didn't have that.
Let me ask him this question. It's coming from Law Alpha. He sent us his message on social media at channels_sport. He says, that match was strangely lost from the bench. Coach Eguavoin didn't have a plan B. Should the Carthage Eagles mark out Moses? The boys gave their best, but the loss remains strange and pure technical input. What do you think of?
Well, that was why he brought in Alessi Iwobi.
Yeah,
like we said here, trying to create something from the middle of the park. But unfortunately, he got that red card, and that, threw spanners into the wheel. And I really don't want to heap a lot of blame on Augustine Eguavoin. You didn't have time to, to train this team. In fact, we should be thanking the man for rescuing the team, taking up the job. It's a very difficult job, and we need a lot of things to be done to the national team. Not just what we are observing now is just what we like is scratching on the surface. We have deeper. Some fundamental issues. And if you look at, like I said, the Tunisians, every team that has beaten us at that level, look at what they have done, the structures they have.
The progression they've had.
90 minutes is just a little time, but you have to plan. You have to plan for months, years, to build up the mentality, the style, the philosophy of players.
And we didn't have time to make the mistakes at the Nations Cup.
Let's go on a break. Let's go on a break just right about now. When we come back, we'll continue our post-mortem on Nigeria's All-Star from the AFCON. It's quite unfortunate, but it is what it is. And the game or the show will go on after this. You're welcome back to Channel Sport this morning. You can be a part of the show. Let us know what do you think about Nigeria's loss to Tunisia. That was in the last 16 of the AFCON. You can send your mail to channels on. You can send your tweet to channels_sports. We're back on Twitter. You can also send your mail to sportthismorning@channels.com. What do you think went wrong for the Super Eagles of Nigeria yesterday against the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia? Let us know. And what is next going forward? What should the NFF do in terms of the coaching? Because just before the AFCON, there was a ratification or the appointment of Jose Peseiro to take over after the AFCON. Should the NFF stick with that plan, or should they start looking at other options? Because apparently out there is opposition, right?
Yeah,
to
of course.
the appointment of that guy, the Portuguese guy, right?
Yeah,
So
but I don't know
that's
if opinion has changed.
Has changed, okay.
Overnight. No Nigerians can.
All right, quickly, let me take this one. Let me just quickly take this email coming from Nagudu. He says, it was a sleepless, heartbreaking, irritating, painful, and unexpected night. I felt sick that I cannot even go to work this morning. Oh, come on, cheer up.
Get up, man.
It's not easy to forget, but this is football, where one of three most happen. Okay, win, lose, or draw. One of the three must happen. That's what it's trying to say here. Win, lose, or draw. I have nobody to blame. What has happened has happened. Let's begin preparation for Ghana match. At least we now have a team that is more composed and completed.
Composed
Okay.
and
composed
really?
and completed.
That's
This is coming from Nagudu. That's what he feels, because I think most Nigerians actually enjoyed what happened at the group stage. Which we're trying to say is the fact that Austin Eguavoen didn't have the opportunity to make this mistake building into the team. But the first mistake they made was at the knockout round. Of course, no second chance when you get to the knockout round. Maybe if he had made some mistakes, played some friendlies before the Nations Cup, understand if the wing play doesn't work and your wings are broken, then you have to change it. Yeah, he tried to do that, but then, unless Iwobi was red carded, so the wings take down.
Yeah, he didn't have enough time. You know, we've said it here time and time again.
I think we all agree.
We all agree to that. But
know.
you see, when you have played 3 group matches, what it means, this is the 21st century. All your games are on the internet. You know, you don't even need to send anybody to go and watch the game.
Scouts.
They are video analysts. Most of these teams have video analysts. They have people, technical men, experts who break down the opponents.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
And every right-thinking coach will know what to do. And that's what they have done. So I thought that maybe they should have given Eguavoen, I don't know if they gave him the support too, to break down the opponents.
Surely they have to.
I don't know, because he obviously didn't show. Didn't show in the game. Didn't show in the game. You know, you don't blame him. This is football has gone so wild. You know, when teams win at the World Cup, you know, when they celebrate, look at the members of the backroom staff. Yeah. You know, the problem here is that people take over another person's job. But in those places where they organize, you know, Cecilia knows his job. He does it to the best of her ability. Tayo, you know, focuses on his job and does it to the best of, and they give all their support to the coach. I don't know if because he didn't show.
You don't know that's the case.
He didn't show. He didn't show. Because how could we play for 90 minutes and we couldn't neutralize everything that the Tunisian did?
And the goalkeeper
in the first half, there was no shot at goal.
Yeah, eventually, Moses Simon had a chance. Goalkeeper made a nice block.
Ben Said was on top of his game.
Exactly.
You know, you must give it to him.
And Sadiq Umar had a late chance as well to just inches wide. That could have been it, but that's should have, could have, would have. It doesn't really matter. And to the coaching situation now, last time out in Egypt was third. A bronze medal, and now it's out in the first knockout stage. And of course, Genoro was in charge there. You know, I've noticed a lot of revisionism and recency bias concerning the German coach and how he absolutely didn't do much for the country. But if you look at it now, you have to say...
Record-wise.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't do too badly, and calls for Eguavoen to get the job was always premature to make, because after 3 group games, that's not enough to judge a coach and, you know, give him a massive job like the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But it is what it is now. Like you said, Nigerians have started to change their minds already. All you have to do is go on social media.
No, but I don't belong to the school of thought that just concluded that Raw did not do anything for the national team. My own, you know, I've said it here. My own,
Yeah.
you know, reservation about his style of play. He's fixated on certain players. Then he has not been able to bring out, you know, the best from our team. He's always conservative. We want to see. That's why people got carried away with this.
Yeah, that's why.
We want to see exciting
Express
football.
itself, right?
Express ourselves and all that. But to now discard what? No,
nah,
I don't subscribe
that's
to
totally
that.
wrong.
I think, let me quickly take this one coming from Akindani Bolarinwa. He says, we carried over a problem from last AFCON into this AFCON without addressing it. The last AFCON was Akpeyin. This AFCON, Okoye. We sure do have a goalkeeping problem. The coach did his best, but the Tunisian had a game plan, and the Eagles helped them to execute. Is it not possible to get a very good goalkeeper from the NPFL?
Who's that again, Cecilia?
This one is coming from Bolarinwa, yeah.
He's made a great point.
Well,
because you could say yesterday's goal could have been prevented, right?
Yeah, let me take it from the MPFL and also talk about Maduka Okoye's performance yesterday. You see, sometimes I have this privileged information about, you know, invitation of home-based players into the team, and some have done well, you know, but I don't want to mention his name. A goalkeeper was invited, you know, this was a privileged information, and he was highly rated in the league. And when he got to the national team, after 10 minutes of being drilled.
In training?
Yeah, in training. He complained to the coach that he wanted to throw up, you know, so he didn't measure up. Some will have...
Couldn't handle it.
Yeah, couldn't handle it. Some will have inferiority complex. You know, so you can't give in your best. So it takes a while. I think what Keshi did was a long-time coaching, and sometimes the clubs could argue that you're taking their best players. So it's a very delicate situation.
All right.
But for yesterday's game, you know, I've read a lot of comments. Watch Peter Sadida, you know, this morning on Sunrise when the issue was brought up, and you know, I have my reservation about Maduka Okoye. I don't think that's my personal opinion, and I've said it on this program.
In terms of what?
Yeah, I think he's not our best goalkeeper.
Really?
You think Uzoho is better than him?
I agree, you know, completely. You know, it's not just about yesterday's game. Against Cape Verde, I think it was on this program when we are reviewing that match against Cape Verde. The striker scored from outside the 18, and his positioning was suspect. You know, I watched Arsene Wenger during the FIFA Best Award when they asked him the secret about discovering young players. He said quick thinking is what he looks for in a player. Quick thinking and the execution. So football is about anticipation. His positioning was wrong against Cape Verde, and even against Sierra Leone. You may say that our team collapsed, but
of the goals.
Yeah, a team that wants to win in the Premier League everywhere in the World Cup must have a very good defense and a goalkeeper. Sometimes when the defense collapses, the goalkeeper must come to the party.
That's why you're the last line of the defense.
Yeah, that's why it's the last line of the defense. You know, so for me, I prayed, honestly, that Eguavon should give Uzoho, because Uzoho has kept at the World Cup. That is the highest level.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's my personal opinion.
Okay.
And it's not about yesterday's game.
Yeah. Generally, Mustafa Migawa on social media handle, channels _sport, he says the Eagles have done well. It was just not their day. Okay. All right, not all Nigerians are really angry about the performance. Some are happy, but then... okay, let's...
No.
You want to have a super good show? Okay, quickly, your last one before we move over to the next.
No, there's not much to say. I mean, I think it's all about no time to lick your wounds now. There's Ghana just a couple of months from now.
March. They must sort the issue of the coach.
No dilly-dally.
Immediately.
ASAP.
Because we have one month to go. So if you are going to retain Eguavon, I don't know if unconfirmed report said he has gone back to his technical director.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, he said it's not.
Get the coach you want and hit the ground running.
That's it.
Simple as that. No time to waste time, right?
Gotta move on, guys.
All right. And we have to move on from the Super Eagles. Yes, we'll still be touching down on it once we get on the tweets. But then we have games for today. And the host nation will be facing a debutant in the round of 16. Comoros and Cameroon will also get a stalking. And you also have Gambia and Guinea will also be in action. That's the fixtures for the round of 16 for today. Guinea and Gambia, Comoros and Cameroon. And these two sides, Gambia making a debut, getting to the round of 16. Comoros also making a debut, getting into the round of 16. Yes. For most of them, they've achieved. So for Cameroon, their FA chairman, talking about Samuel Fields, he was with the players, visiting them during training. I mean, Cameroon and Comoros. There's just going to be one result that will be acceptable to everybody. If it goes the other way, it's going to be another stunner, maybe the biggest upset so far, even bigger than Equatorial Guinea and Algeria, and bigger than Comoros and
There you go,
Ghana.
that's Samuel Eto'o right there in camp.
I don't think the Indomitable Lions will underrate Comoros.
No, they can't afford it.
They can't underrate. Anything can happen, really, but I think they will want to get a victory. You know, because everything is working out for them. They have the highest goal scorer in Vincent Abubakar. He's scoring. He saved their blushes in the last group game. They just need it because they are favorites. But Comoros, underrate them at your own peril. Yeah. Because this tournament has shown that the underdogs can do damage.
We've seen them stun bigger opposition in this competition. But for Comoros, what a debut! What a debut! I've got a couple of friends from Comoros, just a couple, you know. So I can imagine how.
Was it through this AFCON that you made those friends?
No. I've known them for a while now, and they're so like. They can't wait to get in front of the TV to watch Comoros play. They never thought that they would make it this far in the competition. As a matter of fact, when I told one of them that they've made it, she couldn't believe it. How did they make it with just 3 points and all of that? But, you know, everything worked in their favor, you know, in terms of all the results. They're here now. But the issue now is they are so depleted. We're actually hearing that they might have an outfield player in goal, which I find very ridiculous and I should never be accepted.
No, I mean, these things happen. This is a strange period, the COVID-19 decimating teams. And maybe they could get inspiration from what happened to Tunisia. But a goalkeeper, an outfield player, you know, manning the post is going to be difficult against a Cameroonian side that parade the highest goal scorer in the side. So it's difficult. It's going to be difficult for Comoros. How they manage this is going to be the responsibility of the coach, the technical crew, how they try to inspire whoever is going to man the post as an outfield player.
That is too much. That is too much. What kind of inspiration do you want to do for an outfield player
you're already in the middle of the tournament. What are you going to do?
You can draft somebody in emergency. I don't know how this thing works.
The rules
you can bend the rules for situations like this.
You can't bend the rules. If you bend the rules, then another team will come and say, CAF, you have done it for Comoros, you have to do it for me. And
that's why you had the window of having 28 players.
Yeah, but then the 3 goalkeepers are out. With COVID. One is injured. They could have gone with 4, right?
Yeah, they've gone with 4, and then you still have your 24 players left. Okay, let's just quickly talk about the African World Cup qualifiers. Yes, African World Cup qualifiers. We know Nigeria and Ghana will be facing each other. Unfortunately, as talented as you have a Côte d'Ivoire are not even here for the qualifiers. But this is what it's looking like. That's the draw right there. Egypt and Senegal, Cameroon, Algeria. I mean, I think FIFA needs to give Africa more slots because you're looking at some countries, it's either Egypt or Senegal, one of them will not be at the World Cup. Cameroon or Algeria, one of them will not be at the World Cup. Ghana or Nigeria, one of the teams will not be at the World Cup.
Yeah, the format has been there, but we know there's an expanded World Cup coming at the next one. So Africa's going to get more slots. So that's done. That's done with now. And so let's leave CAF should give, or FIFA should give Africa more slots. That's done and sorted. Now,
Egypt, Senegal, Cameroon, Algeria, Ghana, Nigeria, DR Congo, and Morocco, Mali, and Tunisia. Just look at the top 3 fixtures.
Very difficult. I heard some people saying Tunisians were celebrating that they were paired against Mali. I think that will be a shocker for them. Yeah, very premature. Our own interest is Ghana versus Nigeria. You know, people were saying before yesterday's game, I think yesterday's game would have been a reminder, a reality check for us that, you know, you don't play the game before it's played. No. You have to go onto the field and prove your mettle, prove your worth, you know, do the things you're supposed to do and win the game. Ghana versus Nigeria any day, Tayo Sicily, very difficult. The same Ghana you saw exit at the group stage will come to this game playing as if it's a World Cup final. Yeah. And we need to, like we said here, we need to get everything right.
Everything.
If you're employing the coach that that been brought to the country that has been banded, sort out everything about his contract, then allow him to handle the team, prepare the team for the World Cup qualifiers. You know? So that's what we need to do. We already have a team that we could work on. By the time the qualifiers start in match. Hopefully, Victor Osimhen will be fit and he'll also be for the team.
He's back playing. He's played a couple of games now, from the bench. So hopefully no more injuries because he is obviously Nigeria's best forward out there. So it'd be good to have him play against Ghana in both legs. Do you have more tweets?
Yeah, I'll just take it there. We'll wrap up AFCON finally. Okay, this one is coming from AGK Eze. Sent us an email. He said, commiserations to all Nigerians around the world regarding our ouster from the AFCON 2021. Lessons from the loss yesterday. He listed 2 lessons. Don't count your chicks before they are hatched. Don't answer calls when you're on duty. And he now wrapped it up with, moreover, I have always had my doubts about our #1 goalkeeper. And I mentioned it on this program before the AFCON. Yeah, I remember AGK talking about that. Ugona Ukachukwu says, we're predictable and the bench wasn't knowledgeable enough to change tactics. The tactics you use consecutively in 3 games, an intelligent coach would expect what we saw on the pitch and would be prepared, but our coach just wasn't, sadly. And Chimobi says, we have to move on from this loss to Tunisia and focus on the next important match, which is qualifying for the World Cup. NFF should stick with their Guavoin to continue building up the team for the World Cup playoff match. Okay, NDBC says, okay, this is a long one. I'm going to try to summarize yours. It says, I think we should stop the blame game. The moment we were paired with Tunisia, I knew we were out of AFCON. You don't gain 9 points from your group and play a Tunisian. Yes, they started badly, but the big team is a big team. Okay, there's a whole lot, it says, talking about spiritual. Well, leave it at that. Yes, we got your mail. Thank you so much for sending it in. And
one more, Cecilia, we got to move on.
Okay, reason we lost, that's according to Adewale. He says, we lost mainly because of the first substitution our coach made. He ought to bring in Musa and Sadiq Umar instead of Iwobi and Olainka that he brought in. We needed experienced player at the point, and Musa could have provided that. However, Eguavoin should be retained. All right, I think he has won the heart of so many Nigerians, but he says, look, he's going back to his technical job.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Nigerians, they're not in charge, and they won't really have the input who is the coach going forward. That's for the NFF to do the due diligence and employ the right person that they feel that they really believe can do the job, because obviously Eguavoin was just in on an interim basis. Anyways,
so
let's get on with it now.
That's the end of AFCON.
The show will continue tomorrow. Welcome back. We're still talking football, but this time around, away from the African continent, let's go to the Premier League, where the massive game. Well, okay, NPFL first of all.
Where we're trying to get the goalkeeper across, right?
All right, fair enough. Let's do the NPFL match day 8. A lot of postponements. I guess that's why, it's kind of slipping right there. Let's take a look at the results of the games that were played yesterday. Abia Warriors ended 1-1 against Dakada. Good away points there for Dakada. Akwa United, goalless against Sunshine Stars.
What is happening to the champions?
Incredible. Canopilas, just the 1-0 over MFM. We thought it was always going to be a tough one for MFM, and they ended up with no points. Lobby Stars, 1-0 again over Aimba. Aimba losing yet again under Kennedy Judd. Nassau United won over Katsina United, while Wiki Torres got a 2-1 victory over Plateau United.
All right, Eimba and Lobby Stars. Chukwuka Onuwa. He scored his first goal in 3 years. A former Eimba player. Yeah, I mean, when I saw it was his goal score, I'm like, okay, this guy's still very much around.
Yeah, you remember him with MFM.
Yeah, MFM. They went to Eimba.
Very skillful and very good at distributing the ball. Scored. Players usually get fired up when they are playing against the former side. And we have seen it even in the Premier League. So for Eimba, not too good. And they are in the other side of the table. Yeah. After going down to Lobby Stars, everybody thought they would get something out of the game. But unfortunately, they couldn't do that. Tayo, the interesting thing is that even without Remo playing, they are still on top of the league.
Very interesting. Talking about Remo Stars, their games is off for now. And
They're playing Rangers on Wednesday.
All right, so
that should be a very difficult test. Yeah,
it's
a litmus
big
test for them to.
Because Rangers are not doing badly.
They got an away victory against Heartland on Friday, 3-0.
Yeah. Abdul Maikaba, right?
Yeah,
doing something good.
Yeah, and they have the second highest goal scorer in O.C. Martins in their squad.
That should be a very interesting match. Before Wednesday, though, our matches that we played today, still in the Niger Professional Football League, Gombe United versus Niger Tornadoes, as well as Rivers United versus Heartland. So before Remo play on Wednesday, Rivers have an opportunity to go back.
Yeah, Rivers, if they beat Heartland, they will displace Remo Stars on the table. If they beat, they will go on 18 points because Remo are already on 17 points. So I think it will be a tight game for them.
Yeah, indeed. All right, so that's it for the Nigerian Professional Football League. Let's quickly go to England and tell you about the game between Spurs and Tottenham. And once again, for the fourth time, Tottenham lose to Chelsea. 8 goals conceded, none scored. And first loss for Antonio Conte as well too. And Thiago Silva and Hakim Ziyech on target. Anyways, we need to go on the break now. We'll focus on this game. We're going to hear from the coaches as well too, Thomas Tuchel and Antonio Conte. Welcome back. It's time to listen to Antonio Conte and Thomas Tuchel reacting to yesterday's derby.
The referee disallowed a goal, and I was very clear with him because I think that it's best sometimes to tell also to the referee in a polite way that to see this type of goal disallowed in England, it was incredible. Then maybe in Italy, 50-50. But in England, it was incredible. That maybe there is a different level between us and them. And to lose the games in 14 days, it means that they are much stronger than you, and as a team, as a squad. And you have to accept this, but only after a performance like tonight, because I repeat, we tried everything to get a good result here, but despite sometimes it's not enough.
It's a very nice goal, actually. The build-up was good to the goal. The movements around Hakim to bring him into this position, and the shot was of course brilliant. Was one of the very nice goals so far. And I'm very happy because he deserves it, first of all, today, and was a very important goal to get the lead. And so, well done, excellent shot. It was a massive lift, but I'm even more impressed because we didn't score that goal after 5, 6, or 7 minutes, or in the very early stage of the match, and went from there by pure positive emotions. No, we worked hard for it, and when it came to the in second half, we kept on going and kept on pushing and kept on believing. So that was very, very good because we come from a long run of a lot of games. We come from some results that we didn't like.
Chelsea back to winning ways after no wins in 4, right?
Yeah.
This is more like the Chelsea we've seen at the start of the season.
Yeah, I think they really discovered their form against Tottenham Hotspur, and Tottenham is becoming the boogie team for Chelsea. The Carabao Cup, two legs, they limited Tottenham Hotspur. But I think Conte was talking about the goal Hurricane scored. It was obviously a foul. It was a foul.
I don't get it.
VAR confirmed. But you know Antonio Conte, you know how he behaves. I listened to one of his interviews when he admitted that each time he lost, he will not sleep for days.
Yeah.
So he's a highly emotional coach. I can understand how he feels. A man who has not lost in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And, losing against a team that has consistently...
He has lost to 3 times.
Already, in a month? What am I saying?
4 times in a season. Come on. Yeah, it can be very painful.
But Ziyech scored.
Oh, what a goal.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
You know, I was wondering why the Moroccan coach could not forgive this player and invite him to the national
He should
team.
learn discipline.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he should learn discipline.
I support the coach. No player is bigger than the team.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, you must submit yourself to the team and must play. You know, respect your teammates and also the national
your coaches.
team.
And your coach. That's it. If you don't, then stay with your club.
All right, guys.
All right, we're leaving Chelsea and quickly going to
the Australian Open.
Down
yes.
under.
We have a quarterfinalist.
Yeah. Interesting.
Everyone's getting knocked out right, left, and center.
Anyway, the heat.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the NBA. Quickly before we go to the papers, games played this morning. Right, for
so
you.
Many games.
So many games. So we're not going to run through one by one. Yes.
Okay. Lakers losing again, so no surprise. But then 76ers winning. And of course, the Nets were subdued by the youngsters of Timberwolves.
Timberwolves, yeah.
All right.
So fantastic wins for the Timberwolves, for the 76ers, for the Miami Heat as well. To Gabe Vincent scoring, 11 points in that game for Miami. And our top performers we're going to run through before we look at the papers. Starting with Nikola Jokic. We're done with the results. Let's take a look at our top performers. Nikola Jokic, the Joker, MVP. He's been in incredible form. 34 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists for Denver in their victory over the Detroit Pistons. Let's move on to Kyrie. Kyrie Irving can play on the road. Okay, not Kyrie first. Let's do DeMar DeRozan for the Chicago Bulls. 41, 5, and 3. But unfortunately, the Bulls were on the losing side against the Orlando Magic. There's also Ja Morant. What a player, what a season he's having. 34, 13, and 6 for Memphis in their game. They lost, unfortunately, against the Mavericks.
Jason Tatum, yes, that's what we'll be waiting for. 51 points in 48 minutes. Okay.
What about Joel Embiid? 38, 12, and 6. Yet another game with 30 points or more, and he's actually now had 14 straight games where he scored at least 25 points. Take a bow wherever you are. All right. Kyrie, 36 and 5.
Losing efforts.
Lost against the
Timberwolves. Yep.
LeBron, Cecilia, the King, 33, 11, and 4. The Lakers lost the game.
Yeah.
Luka Doncic, 37, 11, and 9. Cecilia, look at all these incredible numbers coming for these players.
Yeah. But he was on the winning side.
Yeah. Congratulations. Trae Young as well, too, was on the winning side for ATL. They defeated the Charlotte Hornets, 34 and 4 for the youngster.
All right. Okay. Time to take a look at the papers right now. I'll start with Sporting Sun. Sporting Sun right here. Super Eagles in disappointing end. Of course, that's going to be the headline everywhere. Comoros face Cameroon without goalkeeper. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Osimhen start from bench in Napoli's big win. Yeah, it was 4-1. Togo's Adebayo open up about being a Nigerian. Guardiola gets Netherlands job after Man City. Seriously? Oh, really? Okay, it's from the papers. I'm focused taking my belt from... Okay, focused taking his belt from music. Does he have a choice? He doesn't. Taya, what do you have on Complete Sports?
Yeah, Complete Sports are going to step down as Eagles coach. Says he will return to a position as the NFF technical director. I mean, that was always the plan, despite the calls for him to get the job on a permanent basis. Aribo were just not good enough on the day. This is, I think, very obvious.
Very honest.
Agree. Okocha says Tunisia outsmarted Eagles tactically.
Yeah.
Very true.
Very true as well. How Eagles rated against Tunisia. Bad night for Okoye Iwobi. And Simon, of course, was caged in that one.
His wings were broken.
Indeed. Dennis suspended. Okay. That's not good at all for Emmanuel Dennis. Murphy scores first goal in 4 months. That's Terry Murphy playing in France League 1. All right.
Before we go, I'll just take 2 more tweets. HJ says that Eguavoin simply gave up after the red card. Yes, he switched it up, but his reaction was lacking. Elista Venture says, we lost mainly because of the first substitution of our coach. He ought to bring in Musa and Sadiq Umar instead of Iwobi on the line. I think somebody also mentioned that in the mail they sent. We needed an experienced player at this point. However, Eguavoen should be retained. Okay, I mean, Nigeria seems to love him. Bolanu actually agreed with you. He said, which is spot on. Remember, we took Uzoho to the World Cup and he did well against the likes of Messi. So I think people are actually loving your thought concerning the goalkeeping situation. Maybe Uzoho would just be fine. And Mubarak says, this is the last one before we go. He said, good morning. It was a painful one. We had a good team, but the preparation for this AFCON was too small to expect that Eguavoen would have put in place all this extraordinary preparation that can neutralize a sudden tactical shock, like the one Tunisia served us. To me, Eguavoen is a guru. I swear this team is very good, very good. Last night, luck was not on our side. Also, we lack plan B. Plan B is not just bringing Iwobi and Lainka, but that some players should have changed wings. It's amazing, man. Okay, now this is a textbook. We can't take everything. So, and the team's tactics may be not having plan B ready. Why didn't we equalize? How many goals has Okoye conceded? Nigeria has never had a bad goalkeeper. To me, the issue is what I've analyzed this time. Okay, it's a whole textbook, but I'm sorry I can't read everything. But then we got your mail. Thank you so much for sending it all in. Enwuchi, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Making it again today.
Thank you all for watching as well. To chin up, gotta move on.
Yes.
I am Tayo Salam.
And I'm Cecilia Mogbe. See you again tomorrow.